It is called America's Game. Army and Navy hits a different chord each year when it comes around. Tradition, pageantry. It's a game like no other. One in which the nation's finest will battle and fight for the privilege to sing second. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the AAC, the Army Black Knights, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Navy Midshipmen. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Black Knights will kick it away to start us off. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Offense set on first down. They want to run this quarterback. The Midshipmen sailed easily past Army the last time these two got together.
I just think back to last year's game. Great individual effort from Navy. So many long touchdowns. Guys able to break tackles, and the Black Knights were just seemingly never able to recover from that. They've got to do a better job limiting the explosive plays.
Limiting the plays, yes, but this is a game about players. Like, who is the players that's going to make the big plays? They're so similar in everything they do, offense, defense, special teams. Which big-time players can step up maybe for Army and change the outcome from last year?
Dropping back, it's Horvath. He's going to run it. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
And Artie, it's completely changed the game. Like, now it's 11-on-11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much, and even when he's not, he's making somebody go with him and cover him. So the quarterback scrambling, the quarterback running has completely changed the way people play defense.
That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12.
Man, having a great back makes life so easy on your offense. It balances everybody out. It commits more guys to the box. And this guy all season long, he's in the top 10 in rushing for a reason. He's continued to make plays. You continue to trust him. This guy is a great running back.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Midshipmen. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
Oh, he's going to take a chance. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. First down here for the offense. Running back goes in motion. He'll ride his man on the option. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. This rivalry started in 1890 when Dennis Mikey, for whom the stadium at West Point is named, talked Navy into playing a game, and the Mids blew them out.
And since that first blowout, obviously, this has been an unbelievable rivalry. So many things about it, honoring the fallen, the march on, the battle of the bands. So many of these things have gone back and forth. But, Jesse, the football is phenomenal. Old school offenses that will hit you right in the mouth.
It's pretty cool, too, when you think about the history of this rivalry, because back in the day, these were two of the best programs in college football. There have been national championships. There have been Heisman trophies. Not necessarily the same thing today, but when you think about great rivalries in the sport, this is it right here.
Goes to the option. He'll toss it. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And they may have caught the defense snapping there a little bit, David, maybe expecting pass on that third down, but because of the back's effort now, fresh set of downs.
And it's so nice to have a guy that you can give the football in these third down situations and feel confident you're going to continue to move the sticks.
Power football with the run. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. Guys, they call this America's game because no matter who you root for, you're captivated by this.
Well, and this is just one of those games I think always just stands out just because of the way it looks, right? It's all the uniforms in the stands. It's the pageantry. It's the history of this game. It's the style of football these two teams play as well. It just means so much to these players.
It's so cool, and it's saved for after the Heisman Trophy, after the championship games, when they get the spotlight on them, a well-deserved spotlight for what they do for everyone out there across this country.
A third and long coming up here. Got the first down and still on his feet. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
You know, I know that's not what that play was designed to do, but I'm telling you, this fullback, he's pretty special. He's not just good at blocking. He's not just a physical runner, but he can do some damage and make people miss, and you saw it on that play.
They'll power it inside with the fullback. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And the fullbacks are just the big, burly, strong suckers. They got bloody knuckles, tape all over the place, and they're just lowering their shoulder, trying to hit you, trying to get positive yards, and it's exactly what he does on that play.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
Fullbacks are very unselfish. One of the most unselfish positions you can find in football. They block 99%. when you can give them that rock, get a first down. Those guys are really big. You know, they're really powerful. They usually fall forward. No nonsense, no jukes, just hit you in the mouth.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Fights off a defender. Got enough for the first down. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Yeah, that's excellent blocking there on the left side of the line. They were able to get great push, get off the line, create a little bit of crease for that running back.
They just created a wall. He had all kinds of room to run.
Yeah, I might go back to that one and call that one again. It worked so well.
Defense showing blitz here. A designed run for the quarterback. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They are a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Fires the pass, intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
The give to the fullback. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. To the ground with the back. Obliterates him, still on the move. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Defense better dig in for the run. Heavy formation is there. To the ground. He's got it again. Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32. Navy quick to the line. They'll put the tight end in motion. The give to the back. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
After the last run, would you just give it to him again on 3rd down? Looking downfield, it's Horvat. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
I know you want to keep the ball away from the other offense, but going for it inside your own 40? Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Ball's out. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Navy will have to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He's got great speed, and the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The offense set for a first down play. He wants to throw. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete. Offense gets set for second down. On the option. Now the toss. Makes one man miss. Smashes through the tackle. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, how about that? They turn around and hand it off to the big fella, and he's able to get the first down. Nice play.
The offense has it 1st and 10 from the 42. Looking for a crease to the left. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Looking for a man. It's Bolden. A little screen to the running back. Smashes through. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it, there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
Now on the option. And the ball is free on the pitch. Oh, looks as if the defense got it.
And that's a big-time play by this defense. You know when it's snowing, not only is it wet, it's freezing. Your hands are cold. You can barely feel the football, so if you can get to that football, put your hand on it or rip that thing out, a lot of times you can force some of those turnovers. Great job by the defense.
At the 45 on his way. Oh, look out, there he goes. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. Huge play, puts them in the red zone, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 15. Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. And he could not get loose on the run.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making a play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Lets it go to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Navy!
This offense is high-octane, boy. You just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Makes the grab, and he's dragged down.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one.
Really good looking run. And when you play Army, you know these guys offensively, they're always so dialed into their rushing attack. Everybody understands their assignment and responsibility. It doesn't matter if they're running the option. It doesn't matter if they're doing it out of the spread. They know who they need to block. And as a defense, you better limit your mental errors or you're going to have a hard time slowing this rushing attack down.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. On the move, it's Reed. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Line getting set on second down. The option look. He'll toss it. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play, clock running. They'll try to run for it. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about. That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. They'll leave it with him. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Leaves it with the back. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Here's the handoff. Really nice run. Rips off 6 on the play, but it brings up a 4th and 2. The Black Knights want to move quickly. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll try to pick up the first. Tackle is made after the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
I know there's a lot of play callers that would try to throw the football there on 4th and 2, but they decided to run it, and that was a great call. First down.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's got it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Army!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Here he comes with the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Looking to throw, it's Horvat. Trying to burn this defensive back. Oh, what a grab by the defense. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
I'll tell you, sometimes you get in these snowy, blizzard-like conditions, it's hard even to see the football after it's thrown in the air. Give the defender a lot of credit there, not just for catching it, but also locating the football before getting that interception.
Makes the grab. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Navy will kick it deep to get the second half underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first. And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting into the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
Kept it on the ground on first down. See if they stick with that plan on second. They'll run the option. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. The problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Bolden. Fires into traffic, picked off. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the big fullback. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Sometimes you try to fool the defense with the fullback. Not fooled there.
Well, you better block. Goodness gracious, that's supposed to be a quick hitter, get me a few short yards, and there was nowhere to hit it. They just got hit in the backfield and brought the big fella down quickly.
On second down, he's looking downfield. Trying to escape and get it himself. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. And maybe they've tried to spy on the quarterback, but it just hasn't worked. Another first down. He just keeps gashing them with his feet.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
Keep it on the ground. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Navy will have it with a 1st and goal. Oops, someone moved just a bit early, and the offense is going to pick up a penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, midshipman! Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. And the Black Knights come to the line in the hurry-up. Motion from the offense. On the option. Now the pitch. Across the 25, he's got room. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. The Black Knights will snap it on 1st and 10. On the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Here comes the option. He'll pitch it. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Black Knights! Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late. At least you got the party started.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Leonard. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. Davey, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
They'll snap it from the 26 on 1st down. They'll give it to him again. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll go to the ground. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
Brings up 3rd down.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Looking to pass, it's Horvat. He'll take the deep shot. and they fail to hook up on third down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
I understand the desire to keep the ball, but going for it inside your own 40? He'll ride his man on the option. He'll pitch it. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picked up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch?
And I like this. I like aggressiveness, especially early in ball games. Set the tone. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to play four-down football. Nowadays, it makes a lot of sense. You see it with analytics. Go for it, even if it's in your own territory.
Right through his hands, incomplete. I think he knew he had a chance for a big play, but it'll be second down. Offense working from the pistol. Trying to beat the D deep. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on fourth down. It's third and long from the 45. Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. How about that heads-up play? You're coming out of the backfield, and all of a sudden the ball's in your breadbasket.
Yeah, how about that? Just seeing the ball tipped up, deflected in the air. The running back's like, all right, I'll take it. I'll make the catch. That goes down in the stat book as a catch.
On the move, just plowing down the field. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Navy 21, Army 14.
First down to start the drive after the break. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Quick pass on the fly motion. Keeps the legs moving. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, you've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
Able to get a couple on the play. He's down at the 9. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. They'll try to drive ahead on third and short. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Navy! Anchors away as Navy has pushed out this lead and smooth sailing ahead for the midshipmen.
How about Navy handling this moment? This is a huge moment. Obviously, only show in town. Everybody cheering for you. The weather's always awful. Navy's done a great job executing, taking advantage of some Army mistakes, and they got the lead, Palmer.
A big opportunity, obviously, for Navy's program, but also doing it on a national stage. They have come out, and they have dominated Army. They're executing better. They've run the ball better. Defensively, they've been stout. This has been impressive.
The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. And the Black Knights will hustle to the line. Trying play action. They're bringing heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Well, the problem for this offense now late in the game, trailing by a bunch of points, is that the defense knows they're going to throw the football. And right now, offensively, they cannot protect the edge. You saw the speed coming from the outside. He was able to get to the quarterback for another negative play.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. On target to the left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. The Black Knights are rolling down the field.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
And a great job by the linebacker. You could tell, starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
Looking downfield, it's Bolden. Oh, he drops it right down the middle of the field, and he couldn't make the play.
Well, I think the ball just got on the receiver so quickly. He took his time working his route, and by the time he got his head around, the ball was already there, and he just wasn't able to stab it.
How about keeping it on the ground on 3rd and long? He gets 9 on the play, and that brings up a 4th and 3. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab well past the sticks. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
It's now 2nd down.
The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. Off play action. He wants to take the top off. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And I think this is where coaches really earn their money late in games, right? It's in the 4th quarter. You got the lead. Do you want to stay conservative and run the football? Because I see the defenses, they start to get aggressive. And so sometimes you can take the other hand and take advantage of it.
You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. The give to the fullback, fighting off the defender. After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll try to get it through the air. Fires on the move. And the timing just a hair off.
I mean, sometimes you overthink it. Sometimes running the football on 3rd and short with the lead is not the worst thing in the world. Keep that clock ticking. But now, decided to go for it, setting up a 4th down. And this looks like a situation where you should punt the football.
Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
I love when defenses are smart enough to swat the ball down. Don't go for the pick, especially on 4th down. They knock it down. You get the ball anyways. Nice job by the defender.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Unleashes one. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Army!
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a 1-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. here comes the Navy offense. These are the games. These are the moments. This is the opportunity for the finish that people remember in rivalries like this one.
And those highlights that are shown for years and years to come. These big-time moments, Palmer, coming down to the wire, who steps up and makes the big-time play.
And this is why you lift the weights in the offseason. This is why you do all the gassers and all the sprints. For moments like this, game on the line in one of the biggest games of the year.
I think they'd keep it on the ground here to drain as much time as possible off that clock and hold on to this lead. And they swarm him under. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll snap it from the 28 in field goal range, but it's 3rd and short. Sticks it in his belly. Runs through a tackle. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Well, I think the offense on that 3rd down was just hoping to turn around and give it to the big fella and let him go get the first, but he got a whole lot more than that. That was a nice job getting to the open field and generating an explosive play.
And as they come to the line, they have the lead and they have the clock on their side. 1st and goal. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, midshipman.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, beat, coffin. Great execution by this offense to put this game away.
Trying to barge in. He's got a nose for that goal line. First he scored the touchdown. Now he makes his way in for the 2-point conversion. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there, more and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job on the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
A deep throw as the clock winds down. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Wants to throw on 1st down. Buys a little time. He'll try to do it himself. They get him on the ground, didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it. And the Black Knights are in the hurry-up. Looking to throw, it's Bolden. He's going up top. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And he's down, and this game will end on a turnover. You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course, and when you win, oh, is that sweet.
It's glorious. To be able to brag, to be able to text message your buddies, to be able to post stuff on social media, it's a lot of fun. I think fans like it more than anybody, but it's something that every year you have a couple games start. This was one of them, Jesse. They took care of business, and now you move on to the next.
They really did, and we saw some great individual efforts in this game by the winning team, too. So cool to see some